Let's be real. You're not losing customers. You're confusing them. Your competitors have clearer values, stronger messaging, and more focused product offerings. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can sharpen your marketing mix so that your ideal customers can instantly know that you're the better choice. No gimmicks, just clearer values they can't ignore. Welcome to the channel. My name is Michelle, and I help small, medium business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers master marketing one sprint at a time. Now, in the last several videos, we've been exploring marketing strategy. And I invite you to look up those videos if you haven't yet watched them. You can find them in the videos tab. In review, we looked at taking the output of your marketing research in order to formulate effective marketing strategies using the Tao's matrix. We also looked at market segmentation so that you can define your target markets and represent them based on your ideal customers using customer buyer personas. We're now turning our attention to unique selling points and value propositions. Now that you have the outputs of your SWOT analysis, including your competitive analysis, your strategies formulated, and your ideal customer defined, you have the ingredients to rebuild and sharpen your marketing mix. And you want to do that in a way that, first of all, aligns with your customers' preferences and the benefits that they seek. In addition, you need to do that in a way that your offerings are different, differentiated, and in fact, more beneficial than what your competitors are offering. Net, you need to define your marketing mix, the combination of product, price, place, and promotions that differentiate what you have to offer from the competitors, but are also more beneficial to your ideal customers. So how you define your unique selling points is key to redeveloping your marketing mix. Now, remember, your marketing mix is the 4 P's of marketing: your set of products, price, places, and promotions. And that can change. In fact, it should change from time to time to ensure that your business is sustainable and continues to grow. But how should you change your marketing mix? Well, that's where unique selling points and value propositions come into play within your marketing strategy. Unique selling points are also often referred to as unique selling propositions, commonly referred to by the acronym USPs. Now, you need to define your marketing mix to bring those USPs to life. So what is a unique selling point? Let's look at some of the key factors here. USPs are what make your products and or services stand out from the competition. They particularly address the benefits sought by your ideal customers. They form the basis upon which why customers will choose you versus your competitors. And importantly, how you define your USPs will define your marketing mix, the set of your products, price, places, and promotions. The USPs, in fact, bring your marketing mix to life. They identify the features, attributes, and benefits of what you offer. Now, some simple examples of USPs might be lower price, although that's not a great one to compete on because it may cut into your profitability or a perceived lack of quality. You might also have USPs related to better quality, better service, faster service, innovations, essentially any factor that identifies the types of benefits that your customers are seeking. But let's look at some real-world examples to bring this concept of USP to life. Tesla, for example. Tesla's USP isn't just about electric vehicles, it's about sustainable luxury transportation. Tesla positions its electric cars as being superior to gasoline vehicles, actually creating a new premium category. They successfully combine high performance, cutting-edge technology, and environmental consciousness in a single desirable package. Now, hopefully you can see through these examples the power of defining unique selling points that clearly allow these brands to stand out from their competition. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind. Your USPs can come from any mix of your marketing mix. For example, they can come from your products, your price, your place, or your promotions. But most commonly and most effectively, your USPs should come from the benefits sought from your product or service offerings. These are the things that will allow your product offerings to truly stand out. So think of things that you really excel at. Also keep in mind, they must be unique and different from your competitors and competing alternatives, and they must establish a clear, compelling reason for your ideal customer to buy. Now remember that ultimately, a business must deliver value to its customers and make that a profitable venture. So how you now need to communicate your USPs to your customers is by communicating the values that you're delivering to your customers. And for that, we work with value propositions. What is a value proposition? Well, a value proposition defines how your USPs create and deliver value to your customers. They're the set of values, or actually your promises, that you're going to deliver to satisfy your customers' needs. How do you deliver those values? Through your USPs. The value propositions are the core reason why your customers choose to buy from you. And more importantly, they're willing to exchange their monetary value, i.e. their money, in exchange for those values you're delivering. Value propositions communicate what your consumers can expect when they buy from you. Another way to think about that is the promise that you're delivering, or how you help your customer. For example, how you help them solve a problem or overcome a pain point, how you help them resolve a challenge, maybe how you help them fulfill a need or desire, how you help them progress or achieve a goal or a task. Ultimately, you want to deliver the values through your marketing mix that changes your customer's story. Now, a business should identify several values that they deliver through their marketing mix. And a good tool you can use to identify your values is the Elements of Value Pyramid by Bain & Company. Let's take a look at it. This is an Elements of Value Pyramid for a business-to-consumer brand. You can see at the bottom of the pyramid, there are functional values. Moving up, we have emotional values, life-changing values, and social impact values. Now, a lot of brands and companies kind of start with the table stakes functional values. But let's talk about an example. I'm sure you're familiar, if not also a customer, of the Uber rideshare service. What might some of the values be that you've actually experienced using Uber? Let's look at the element of value pyramid. So functionally, it saves time. It connects you to rides. It avoids hassles as compared to, let's say, public transit or dispatch taxi services. Emotionally, it provides access, it rewards you, and reduces anxiety when traveling from point A to point B. You can even attribute life-changing value of affiliation and belonging to Uber. Think about all of your friends and family who use Uber. Should we take an Uber? I've got an Uber. Do you want to use Uber? And you can actually share an Uber with others and literally have affiliation and belonging with others in the drive. These values form the basis of your brand story, your brand storytelling, and you want to communicate them to your customers through all of your customer-facing communications. These values should come to life through your website content, your social media posts, your email, and other customer-facing communications. You want to tell the stories behind these values to attract, engage, and convert your customers. Now, here's a great tip. If you're ever running out of content ideas, let's say for your social media posts, return to your USPs and value propositions and tell more of the stories around those. Now, there's also a business-to-business element of value pyramid. You can see as an example here. So any business-to-business company or brand can reflect on these different elements of value for their business customers. Now, once you have your USP and value propositions defined, it's really important to clearly articulate them in clear written statements. To do that, I would suggest you use a template such as this. Here's a template to write a USP statement. Our product is the only one in the market that has unique benefits. For example, here's what a USP statement might look like for the Uber rideshare service. Our product is the only one in the market that has cashless digital payments and real-time card tracking. As you can see, it describes the features and benefits of cashless digital payments and real-time card tracking. Now, similarly, you can use a format template to write clear value proposition statements. A value proposition statement should read something like this. Our product's unique benefits will help you solve a specific problem. So the value proposition statement for Uber might look like this. Our product's cashless and real-time card tracking is the fastest and smartest way to get around. As you can see, it's communicating the values of speed and smart or digital means to get from point A to point B. And let's look at another example of a USP statement, this time for Zara, the fashion retailer. Our runway-inspired fashion is the only one in the market that is produced at lightning speed, offering the latest styles in small batches at affordable prices. As you can see, it's clearly defining what makes Zara unique, distinct, and more beneficial to its customers. Now, what might that value proposition statement look like for Zara? It might look like this. Our runway-inspired fashion, produced at lightning speed and available in small batches, is the affordable way to refresh your wardrobe with the latest trends before they disappear. As you can see, this value proposition statement is communicating the values of affordability or cost savings, access, and affiliation and belonging for fashionistas. Remember that ultimately, a business must deliver value to its customers. And to do that, you need to sharpen your marketing mix and define the set of features and benefits that make your product stand out. That involves defining your unique selling points and then communicating the values that you deliver through those USPs to your audience so that they can't ignore what you have to offer. In this video, we learned quite a bit and we covered quite a bit of ground. And specifically, we learned how to build a strong, unique selling point that stands out, how to clarify your value proposition so customers instantly understand your offer, and how to build or sharpen your marketing mix to differentiate and position yourself as the top choice. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this valuable. And if so, please like the video and share it with your friends or colleague. I'd also love you to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you won't miss any upcoming videos. And I'm really curious, if you have other marketing topics that you want me to cover in future videos, please drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much, and peace to you.